I hear Americans saying this nowadays, and there's a lot of it going around. They talk about a dysfunctional government because there's disagreement, and the framers would have said, yes, that's exactly the way we set it up. We wanted this to be power contradicting power. Unless Americans can appreciate that and learn to love the separation of powers, which means learning to love the gridlock, which the framers believed would be the main protection of minorities, the main protection. If a bill is about to pass that really comes down hard on some minority, they think it's terribly unfair. It doesn't take much to throw a monkey wrench into this complex system. So Americans should appreciate that, and they should learn to love the gridlock.
The Constitution, if properly understood, is just one big balancing act. We've got states balanced against the national government. We've got the states balanced against each other. We've got each branch of government, judiciary, executive, legislative, balancing each other. We've got presidential vetoes and supermajority requirements to amend the Constitution, and we have the Electoral College. And all of these different aspects of our Constitution just is a big, careful balance to protect our liberty.
We're constantly trying to make things better. So the fact they may not have gotten it right by your lights 200 years ago is precisely why you want to keep this system, because it allows you to make those kind of changes that you think are needed. So if you want control over your life, have more opportunity in your life, you got to go with this one and try to perfect this one and not go to the demagogues who have their own agenda, which is not your well-being.
So we have to be very careful when we try to fiddle around with a system that has worked so well for this country over so many years and has, in each case, with a very small number of exceptions, has produced a president who got the most popular votes.
It is very likely that unless Electoral College defenders rise up and defend the system that's in our Constitution and make the argument about why the Electoral College is so important, we could easily lose the Electoral College. This is close to happening and could easily happen within the next few years. If you change how presidential elections work, you essentially nullify the constitutional process, rip state lines up from presidential elections, and create this environment where huge swaths of America could just be left behind.
The founder's solution, the solution that over the course of American history we can say is imperfect, but has been remarkably successful and the model of the whole world, is precisely this balancing very carefully by using checks and balances and institutional systems and structures like the Electoral College to have majority rule and the rights of the individuals secure. And that thing is what gives rise to this idea we call liberty, which is so unusual in world history and anywhere else in the world. And we have it precisely because of those institutions, which you oftentimes take for granted. We can't do that because if you lose that balance, it becomes very difficult, if not impossible, to recover. The founders knew that, which is why they spent so much time on this question and why they saw what they were doing as the equivalent of founding. They're trying to solve a deeply human, eternal problem of how we govern ourselves. And they create a beautiful system which should be preserved.
It's not a purpose.
Listen.